Hello, welcome to Tuesday evening on the floor in my little den here by the sofa. Please do let me know as soon as we've had those technical difficulties of late that everything is running smoothly. Hopefully, it will be. Might be a bit grainy because there's not tons of light, but that's the atmosphericness. I keep getting this ad for I've got the shiny glass, but I keep getting this ad for a painting station, and on the ad there's a assume couple, a man and a lady, um, painting in a very dimly lit room with a little bit of nice mood lighting, and they've got the it's like a paint station with a light on, and it looks really lovely. Like, just put the big light on. What are they doing? They're both painting. Just put big light on. So they've both got these like little torches. But anyway, that's not what's happening here. Thanks for coming along. There's a nice chunk of people. It was very last minute. I've got a bit of energy, so I thought, why not? We got a few people that don't normally come along. So hello. Um, Maybe they were painting glow in the dark. Jill says, "Could I ask a favour?" Go on, what's it? What is it? Before, like, what have I done? No. Could you turn the there is no right way up. I'm sorry. Oh no, there is for the text, I guess, but the DeVito's is all encompassing. There we go. Yeah, I was like, I hope it's a favour that I can comply with. So hello, we've got a bunch of folk. Yeah, so I've got a list. I've been filming today with Louise Sugden and Trish Carden, which has been very exciting. And it's given me enough of a sort of hooray that I thought I would come and do a little stream. Because I didn't do one on Sunday, and it was um, partly sadness. And I thought it's going to be another week till I stream. And I got back, so I'll go into that. So hanging with the legends. I hope you're looking forward to hearing about some EU regulations because you're going to get that too in a positive spin. I didn't want to just do a moany stream on Sunday, but I've got lots of cool stuff. A community minis update, the Kickstarter that ends in 20 minutes. If you haven't done it, you know where to go. It's been such a weird Kickstarter in a really good way, but I'll talk about that. I got my first, well, not my first article, but my first sort of specific women in history article is out. I'll tell you where to get that. Oh, Christmas avocado. I might have to stand up to get him. He's all the way over there. And Christmas avocado. And something that Andy's been up to that I need to cover because it's quite important. That's why Andy's here and not doing something else, because he heard that he may get a mention. The beverage of the eve is a coffee with a bunch of milk and then a little drizzle of Baileys on top, just a little drizzle, as it is the season. It just tastes so good. I need to cough as well. I don't know what people do when you cough. I'll cough over there. Sorry, I'll just not. I'll swallow it. Let me drink my coffee. There's also a tree up. I don't know if I've got enough tap to show you. I haven't moved. Do you know that thing where you move all of the just more books? But the tree doesn't have any lights on it at the moment, so it's just a little tree. It's got the pig decorations, obviously. Because the lights we stole off the tree last year. Which are those? And just kind of generally drape them around the room. I quite like them generally draped there, so I haven't replaced those yet. All very exciting, as we know. So yes, let me just look at the comments. All sorts of cool stuff. Peter says, "I hear War Games, Soldiers and Strategy has multiple awesome authors this month. It does. It has Bad Squiddo Annie, but also Peter Bryan. What? I don't know which way. I think it's that way. What? Oh, Jez had free teeth out yesterday. That's no fun. Definitely not the hot coffee." Jamie says, "Evening, no one will judge if it's a whole mug of Bailey's. Been a whole mug of Bailey's week or two." Yes, this is not just Bailey's with coffee in it. Slurp. Right, where shall I get on? Where shall I start? Um, I will start with the day, because the day was ace. So today, I was in the office this morning and I was tidying a lot yesterday. A general theme of late is that I've had more things to do than ever and less executive function to do them than ever. So everything's just kind of piling up and getting like, which I'll go into as well. Um, but what I couldn't postpone or cancel because it was too cool was hanging out today with Louise and Trish and Tom, a film. I don't know. I forgot to ask. I think it's Film Neg Miniatures. I don't know if it stands for something. I meant to ask this. Um, so I'm just distracted by Nick there with the sockets. Ugh. I when I had my I had two wisdom teeth out at once, and the word socket was just. Um, so we were interviewed. Um, do people get annual passes to Warhammer World? It's free. You can just go in. You can just go in there. The only bit you've got to pay for is the exhibition. But then you can just wander in, and it's not far from my office, so it's just like a pop into Warhammer World. So they all came to my office, and we filmed mostly a sort of general nonsense, but I think it came out really good. I think the others weren't quite sure, but I think it was. So it was basically just he set the camera down and we chatted nonsense. And it was quite nice because it was just a natural conversation, which I've wanted to do for ages. Which is just yeah, just that natural conversation. Because sometimes when I'll do an interview or something, and then afterwards when we're like, thanks for coming. And then we have a little chat afterwards. And I think, oh, that afterwards chat was really good. So that could have, so it was a bit like that. So we cover a lot of things. Turkey Man obviously is featured in there. I won't tell you any more. I won't tell you any more. But there's a lot of mutual fangirling, which was very nice. So I got to show them all the Bad Squiddo Land, and that's all awesome because that's nice boost. So I was up quite late last night tidying because the office has turned into a anyone who's been there recently, it was very much a visual representation of my brain. It was just kind of full of things and chaotic and needed a good clean. um, Alex was when are you going on drugs? Soon, hopefully, soon. There's been a few rearranges, but they have been beat to the post by Film Deg. Now maybe I'll get so many calls from Hollywood. Yeah, see, Rogue. People are asking. They're asking. They're demanding. They're demanding the jugs. People who are not aware of jugs are now very confused. Rogue there is Louise. Everyone say hi. Everyone say hi to Louise. She's had a very busy day. Um, After we filmed, we went to Warhammer World, which I also took about, and it was very good. But after all the socialising, me and Trish both agreed that we were going to go home and have a nap, which I did. And Louise was very keen that she was going to go back and do lots of things. I don't know if the lots of things happened or just some sort of crash. But it was very social. I'm not sure if our live stream, our non-live stream was just giggling for 2 hours, but we'll find out soon. There's probably some anecdotes between the giggles, but there was lots of giggling. But that's good. That's nice. So we went to Warhammer World afterwards, which was really we went Christmas tree shopping. So we went to Warhammer World afterwards with our annual pass, and look at that, it's all jazz, all happening. And obviously Louise and Trish were full on fanned, but by lots of staff. So we got to see lots of people actually that I knew. I didn't know all of them, but I knew some of them, or had vaguely seen some of them. It was the only time of the Ollie miniature segment. I've told Andy about that. He said, I think so. He'll tell you in the comments as soon as he's watching. He's watching for his shout out. It's the only day I didn't get any fangirl action at Warhammer World, so left out. I normally get one or two, but I was flanked by legends, so that was good. So it was really nice seeing people really happy to see Louise and Trish. And it looks like they've been talking quite a bit about how Forge World's a really lovely place to work, and that was kind of uh, proven by all the really lovely people that came up, and also sort of slunk out of the office to go, oh, I need to go to Bugman's just to grab a coffee, and then came to pay tribute at our table of awesome ladies. We had lots of awesome ladies come over too, but from doing the filming, us all chatting, and then chatting to lots of people in Bugman's, I think we were all a bit peopled out by the end of it. But I came back and I was peopled out, but I was buzzing as well, which is why I did the soft launch when I went, I think I'm going to do a live stream. I think I'm going to do it. Because I did feel sad that I didn't do one on Sunday, and it would have been rubbish on Sunday if I had. So I just kind of thought it's easier just to not. So I thought I'm going to have a nap and check, just in case I wake from my nap and go, why did I commit to that? It's now looming over the day. But no, I woke up and went, nice. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm really glad. I'm glad you've come along. Again, sorry it's short notice, but I thought it's better than not having one, isn't it? What have we got here? Ooh, what's happening here? Some acetone monstrosity. Oh, Louise has sent me a picture of. We were talking about some of the Bob Ollie monstrosities. Hang on, you can get a live. Oh my god! No, no, dear God. Were these ever produced? I can't just do a reaction like that. Of course, I'll show you, but you can't quite see because it's metal. Andy's hearing the cries of horror twice because he's upstairs. If anyone has these minis, so Louise got sent a bunch of stuff, including these Bob Ollie Beastmen. If viewer discretion, if you have anyone of a sensitive disposition or under the ages of 18, please look away now. It is just a metal thing. If you don't want to see, actually, yeah. If you don't want to see any graphic 28mm zoomed in metal sex, then please do look away. That's your warning. It's coming. So it's a Beastman, and that's his hat. It's his hat. No, it's his hat there. Look at that old red screen. But there's some legs going upwards, and there's a penis going in there. It's so horrible. But it does look like a lot of those old what do you call them? Old sculptures and what's the word? Like evil eye wards and things. I found a lot after going to the medieval women exhibition. Sorry, Ralph. After going to the medieval exhibition and they had the Isabella of France with the shoulder penis, I was looking up that stuff and I found the people that do the sort of replica medieval what's the word? Come on, Jez, you'll know this. Pilgrim badge. You'll know this, Jez. I don't know what the term is for them. But I know one fascinus or something. All the like winged penises and stuff, because they're not in here. I've got over there a weird collection of them because people keep giving me them. Oh yeah, Alec, go have a look because it's pilgrim badge. Is that the term? I'm gonna write that down. Because there's lots of them that are kind of funny. I don't know if they're intended, but I feel that's what he was going for with that hat. But dear Lord, that produced by Games Workshop. Oh, Mangling Minis is here, and I need to show him it. So if you needed to look away, stay here, Tara. I've got something to show you. But if you looked away the first time, look away again because it's coming back. But Tara needs to see that this Beastman helmet. You can't quite see the details, but oh dang, look at that. So was it produced and mass sold, or was it? So this is a Games Workshop figure. A Games Workshop figure. So was it like mass produced and sold, or sort of just cast and then thrown away or something? But I need it. That's what I've decided. Oh yeah. So Louise also sent me the full model, not just the hat. so that it's less graphics, it's less zoomed in, although you can't quite. It's high quality streams happening here. But that's the general guy. That's the general guy there. I imagine there's a specific name for Wang ones. Yeah, Fascinus. I think it's Fascinus. Yeah. Anyway, entirely unrelated. But there was some discussion of that. I don't know if it's made it in. Louise did swear quite a lot. I'm not sure if you're allowed to swear. Um, but Louise, I do not know. I'm too ashamed of my filthy Warhammer collection to ask. I am generally family friendly, to be honest. I do give you warnings like this sort of thing. Um, so yeah, we've had some good chortles today, very chortly. So that was really good, and say that's what's given me a bit of a boost to come and do a little live. Oh my lord, it's 10 minutes till the end of the Kickstarter. What's it on? Dun, dun, dun. So someone who hasn't been here before, like maybe Rogue, I think you may have come along before. This is sort of a stand-in for what would have been on Sunday. So Sunday morning coffee is Sunday morning. It's normally on every 10 o'clock, apart from when it's not. And it's this sort of informal ramble. There's a lovely bunch of people in the chat, and we kind of go over what's been happening in Squiddo. I do a lot of slurping of coffee. People go off on Wang tangents in the chat. And yeah, anything that's sort of relevant and useful and Squiddo. And then maybe if I've been on an adventure, we talk of the adventure. So yeah, it's also a little coffee break. I've got a dead foot again. Mostly behave. Sometimes my mum's here. I was a bit mean to mum earlier though. So she replied. She messaged because mum does all of the packaging. Is there anything there's nothing to censor there. She messaged, I don't you won't be able to see it, but she messaged and said am I needed this week, meaning for work. And I said, you're not, and then sent a picture of us free at the thing. I've got a replacement. So I'm sure she'll reply nice and rudely to me as we do. So I was like, now you're replaced by Trish now. She will tell me to something off, no doubt. Let me check the Kickstarter. It's on 8 minutes to go. I can talk about that next. If you haven't backed and you want to, you got 8 minutes. And it's open to Europe now as well. Woo! Which I'll be discussing I'll be discussing the regulations in a fun and brief manner that you'll think, wow, I'm glad that Annie has digested all of this horror and given it back to us in a nice and easy to understand. Yeah, 4469 and 184 backers is immense. I feel like this each time I make a Kickstarter a little bit smaller, it does better. Not in grand total. So I know there'll be people like, what? You've only got 4.5 grand. That's not crazy. And like, it is for 6 figures. I know I'm no Kingdom Death or whatever, but the like profit per miniature on a 6 minis is way better than if I was to do. I've been talking to quite a few people about this. I thought about 10 minis was probably the sweet spot, but it doesn't scale up. So what I've been saying to people is like, if you do 10 miniatures, maybe totally just made up numbers. If you do 10 minis and get 10 grand, that's awesome. If you do 20 minis, you don't get 20 grand. It doesn't scale like that. So maybe you do 20 minis, you get 13 grand. So there's like a sweet spot to get this to work. So 6 minis, to be fair, I was in a bit of a mood. I was in a bit of a mood. And I thought, I'm just going to chuck them on Kickstarter. If you've followed the show, you'll know that for the last sort of couple of months, the new release sales have been so bad that it's costing me money to put new releases out. Because it's been abysmal. It's been worse than it's ever been. And I've been really down about it. So I thought with these, I'll put them on Kickstarter. Whatever they do is going to be better than if I put them in the shop. If I put them in the shop, I might sell 2. I might make, well, they're RRP, they're £30. I might take £60 on them. and they are 6 sculpts, and sculpts aren't cheap. So the cost of getting them produced is still a lot. So I just kind of went, and even if I get 200 quid, which was the target, it's like I'm still on and up. So the fact it's coming up to like 4.5 grand is insane and really, really much appreciated. Andy has been business splaining and telling me to put everything on Kickstarter, and that is something I will be talking about as well. It's going to be a random rumbly stream. Ralph, what was the problem setting up the Kickstarter? I believe it was some sort of bot or AI in the end because I didn't get an actual reply. So if you miss it, they said initially got declined, although apparently a AliExpress thing with a sponge on it is fine. But mine got declined under this is an existing product, which it isn't. Um, a few people I sort of rage shared it to, going, we're all going, is it because of this or that? I'm like, no, there's no point overthinking it. It's clearly a bot has scraped something that's not been happy about. So I think it had just flagged like that. So I just made sure that when I did submit it, it was as clear as possible. Everything was as I want it to be. Um, and it just got approved within, it said within the 3 days. And within the 3 days. And I was a bit worried because Kickstarter, they're either completely in time and it's fine, or it's unknown amount of time. And I was thinking I really could do with getting these up for pre-order because I need some money. And I'm very close to sort of just rage chucking them on the website. So I'm really glad that that Monday that it just suddenly got the "you're all good." I was like, oh, thank you, yes. Um, so glad, so glad I did that Kickstarter. Um, Chris says if it hadn't been delayed, the EU folks would have missed out. That is true. I will be I'll be going into the GSPR. I'll wait till after the 3 minutes to go. Although to be fair, I think everyone from the EU has immediately dismissed it because of it not being EU friendly. So since I went EU friendly, it doesn't tell you really till the Kickstarter is complete where people are from. But looking at the backers, I don't think I've got many from the EU. So I think they're scared off enough. Um, so I don't know how many there are yet, but it's not many if there are. But it's fine because it's on 4.5 grand, so it's not like it's a big project where I really need it to hit certain amounts. I'm like, no, curse this. So it'll all be fine. I've got my traditional streaming dead leg. Let me just move that. But and the fact it's so chill is the fact I'm live streaming at the end of a Kickstarter instead of sort of frantically posting it everywhere, going, come on, last minute, or stressing about anything. I'm just like, there it is. That's pretty good. Um, the last one of the latest updates was that Forbidden Psalm have made rules for us, which is excellent. I did have the book. I've left it in the office. I need to I've got the Last War and the Freaky Cosmos one in PDF, but I really struggle reading PDF, so I need to get the books. And I'm very Psalm curious now because it's only 5 figures you need to play it. So you get free stats with 2 minutes to go. If you were thinking about it, you get free stats. It's your only chance to get Forbidden Psalm rules for it. So you still need all of their main you still need their main rules. So it's not like you get an entire game for free or anything with it. But for people already playing it, it's awesome, and everyone will get it anyway. So even if you don't play, you can look at the rules, and that might give you a little taste of how the game works, and maybe you'll want to look into it. Maybe you'll just go, "Oh, that's cool." It's one of those really nice 83 seconds. One of those really nice sort of mutual dealios where I get people talking about Forbidden Psalm, the Forbidden Psalm people find out about Bad Squiddo and the minis, and it's all just a natural loveliness. And the guy I met at Expo, Will, he's wicked. So I'm intrigued to like see what else we can work on, because that could be a nice old thing. 50 seconds to go. 50 seconds. What if everyone unbacks in the last 40 seconds? No. See how pro I am now. Like, oh, there's a free sample of Last War on their site, I think. Oh, yeah, so it's all part of that sort of Mork Borg family. So if you're a fan of that, although it's easier to read than Mork Borg, which is a good, well, a bit of a low bar, but Mork Borg looks beautiful, but trying to find anything in there. No, no, Ralph, come back. You can't. You've all got to stay here for the next 14 seconds, unless you're going to back. Mork Borg was the game we played in Ghent. Hey, Daniel. And I played as Turkey Man, and I had so much fun. It's done. Woo! Look, shows you the little fireworks. Well, you can't see them because of that. Woo! Fireworks. Yep, just under 4.5 grand. 4.5 grand. Hey, Tara's still here. Woo! I thought you'd gone back. You're supposed to be playing a game. Um, yeah, I'm sure somebody did like a readable version of Morkborg. Um, so that 4.5 grand is very much appreciated, even more than ever. As I said, it's been pretty rough lately. So getting that, I did feel a bit bad because it was going so well, and I'm like, I haven't got any stretch goals for you. Like, I hope you're happy with that. But that's it. Everyone, I've got like a really nice, I like you not, a really nice gang of people that get all that rather than going, this is rubbish. I've backed. Where's my free stretch goals? Like you hit rules. Puckborg. Turkborg. Yeah, Greg says kind of over stretch goals these days. Too much choice. I only had one stretch goal on Definitely Not Damsels. The other two were kind of if it happens. But I'm almost over stretch goals because I don't think most people come back to Kickstarter. I think they'll back it and that's it. So anything that's a stretch goal, it's almost like almost as terrible as releasing it to a shop. That you get it out there and you're like, woo guys, we've unlocked this. And when you add all of the hey McGreen, like, how's everyone lurking here? We should do Tuesday night stream. Yeah, the things that are added later on in the stretch goal never do anywhere near as much. And yeah, when I back things, I tend to do that as well, unless it's something I'm massively invested in. But stuff like a few minis, if it's a huge game system, I can kind of get going back and check in. But people don't go back. So instead of complaining, going nobody's buying my stretch goals, just go here's all the stuff. Please back it. Thank you. So thank you very much. For 6 figures that I was going to put on the shop and be sad that nobody's bought, I've sold to 184 people. So thank you. And a lot. So look at the rewards. I can get that info to the casters. Whoa, that's mad when you think about it. Because yeah, it's like in the scheme of things, that 180 4.5 grand, people doing their £1 million and whatever. Um, but to think that in that week, 158 people have backed for all of those figures is that's wild. I was trying to picture it earlier. I was like, imagine if they were all in this room. Which I do with the streaming as well, because like, 35 people. If I had a little audience of 35 people, I'd be like, oh. So again, thanks for coming. Hey, oh no, Daniel stepped on a sprue. That's not what you want. But there is an impromptu stream to cheer you up. So there's that. Ferenz said, I remember Bob Ollie told us on Frothers many years ago, hey, Frothers, that these Beastmen were made a few months before he left GW, never released. Oh, that might mean that Ferenz is on a time delay and might not see this comment. So that means that they may be around. So if anyone's got one of those horrific Wally things, please let me know. It's the sort of thing I'd love to paint and make it all horrible. Let me just. So yeah, that's been a really good boost in all ways, sort of mentally and financially. And I was going to say, so I can just cross a few bits. I've got a lot to talk about to get through that. Kickstarter that is now done. Yes. I'm really happy with it. So thank you. If you followed, complaining about how the just new releases have just been, well, again, me being far too honest, just been bombing. And there's nothing. I know there's nothing wrong with them. People really like them, but they're just not. They're not selling. So been a negative for me to release things. But the contrast. So this was a bit of a secret experiment of putting it on a Kickstarter is just a whole other world. And I've said this, I saw a Facebook memory came up from like 7 years ago of me saying this, but it's even more stark than it used to be. Yay! Next to the Kickstarter email said that it's funded. Woo! So it's tied in with me doing a lot of rethinking, because I was pretty dramatic a few weeks ago, going, "What's the point? I can't. This isn't sustainable." And like the shop in general has been fine. It's been really good at the moment because it's like the peak good bit of year now. Good bit of year. Everyone's that's why they're all been buying the last few days. It's the third. Yes, so it's that delicious payday. Um, but yeah, it's just like, well, if I can't, I need to release things, but if they're not being bought, so doing them as a Kickstarter is so different. So I'm gonna be much more planned next year. There's an Andy lurking about. He hasn't been mentioned, so he's like, oh, better come and get in shot. Is that what's happening? He's slinking down now. But we're gonna plan. So I think I'm just gonna do more small Kickstarters, and then hopefully that doesn't bore people, and do more of these like mini ones. Oh, he's doing the old setting fire to a glue. I was telling some people about this, and they thought I was crazy. I think it was at playtest weekend. Um, anyone here? The how do you declog your plastic glue needle, the ones with the needle? Because me and Andy have our way, and I mentioned it. Maybe it might have been at Camping Kit Bash. I mentioned it and got loads of really weird, like, why are you doing that? That's insane. And Jill has it correct. Fire. It's with fire. You just fire it. Peter says eventually you could try selling minis door to door. Yes, but yeah, I was getting a bit hopeless about it. But this is sort of reaffirmed that next year it's just Kickstarter for life. When I did say I was never going to be a Kickstarter company, but if that's what's working, um, we got that. Jill has a lighter on her hobby desk specifically for it. Yes, you just and that's what Andy's just crept behind the screen with a. He's got a much better system than I. I just hold the thing and then go my hand. He's got it in a blue tack on a thingy. To go do some burning glue. There he goes. Do you like to show off your Manchester City Udi? There's there we are. Look, there's the man himself. Can't quite get. Look at that. You get a bonus ransom in your streaming. There we are. Oh, back here. Greg says soft Andy. And handsome lad and lol. He's gone back up to his den. That was the one I said he's got the blue one and I've got the pink one, and we're like a little code. Oh no, Lil's here. We were talking about Lil. Uh-oh. Has she seen my message? She hasn't. Oh no, she's seen it. She's seen it. Shush. Everyone act normal. I haven't really replaced you with wargaming legend Trish Card and Lil. She's very happy that she doesn't have to pack blisters. She was very impressed with your packing station though. Oh, that's very smart. And hello, John. John Haynes is here. Found a very thin bit of wire, glued it into the cap, pushed the wire into the needle when not using it. Very smart. Very smart. I can't remember what. I'm sure I was somewhere and someone went, "Oh, don't use that because it all just goes wrong." But yeah. So yes, no, I don't have any metal for you to pack yet, Lil. Although I may with these community minis, which I will go into. Andy hides, so we don't have too much star power at once. Yes, you can only show a glimpse. Yes, I'm with Jill on the fire. Burn it all. So, where are we at now? Do war games, soldiers, and strategy. My my article, I haven't got it here because it's at the office. My article with war games, soldiers, and strategy is out, and I wrote it ages ago. And they had a scheduling error. That's if they are watching it. It's not any sass. It's not real sass. It's pretend sass. Um, but see you, Ralph. Bye. I will reply to your message as well. It's why I haven't clicked it because I know I need to reply to it, and then it just dies down the list. But I will. Um, but what was I saying? Where are we? War game soldiers and strategy. Yeah, so I wrote it ages ago and then I kind of forgot. But it's in this month's edition. Lil, I believe you can buy it at WH Smith. Where else can you buy that one? In shops. It's 2 pages of solid text written by me about women in history, and I'm really chuffed with it. I haven't fully read through it, but I think they only did minimal editing. Um, so Menzies, John Menzies is a so there's only minimal editing, I think, on there because I was concerned if they chopped like the wrong bit out. I think they chopped the whole paragraph I did about cream teas out. But other than that, hey Dylan, thank you. Um, Woolies. I think it's 133. I've got it through the post like yesterday, I think. So just go through it, just be like that. Oh, Mum's off to see Gladiator tomorrow. Yeah, you can show your friends then and go, it's my daughter. Martin's newsagents. I don't know about that one. Lil says, you can't replace me, Jill. I'm too damn good. It's true. It's true. She is very good. Well, thanks, Mummy. That was a laugh. I don't know if I've ever called her Mummy. Oh, thanks, Mum. Lil. She's Lil a lot of the time, to be fair. Thanks, Lil. Which leads us on. Yeah, so go buy War Games, Soldiers and Strategy, and as well as me, it's got Peter Bryan as a article in there as well of Squiddo Chat, the fame. We went on Thursday. We had our industry. No, Nick could hire you as well. Nick at North Star. We're totally. I've seen him. Like worm tongue. I've seen the way you look at my mother, wishing to purchase her. She stopped threatening Warlord. At least they're too far away now. They're the other side of GW. So she's gonna go work for North Star. They have got their busy time coming up as well. Ah, I've got a Jamie Myers message retracted. I missed that. What? Um. Oh, North Star Werewolves on a recent magazine. Nice. What was I at? What was I at? I've got my list. Hey, EU regulations. Yes, we had our industry meet on Thursday, and we talked heavy GSPR in the pub. Woo! But that was it. It was the Peter Bryan of Squid fame. We did the sort of introduce who you are. So Amy from Warp Fiend was there, who did the like, hello, I do commission painting and all this sort of, your usual intro-y bits. That's awkward because most people hate it. I love it. I'm the only person that loves it, and I will initiate it because I'm a monster. But just moving that. But it does help, who people are. But yeah, after Amy, as I went, she painted Turkey Man, and then there was a really cool bit for everyone going, "Oh my god, you're the Turkey Man painter!" So that is going to be her thing now. Maybe she's now having some existential crisis of peaking because how can one paint anything after painting Turkey Man? There's a new Warhammer painter on YouTube called Warpier. I do not know. Oh my god, the glazer in chief of the buns. Yes. Heavy GSPR. Oh yeah. EU regulations, folks. So, what that again, why has Annie been sad? So, these EU regulations, they were announced a billion years ago. Everyone's ignored them, going, there's no way that'll happen. And then it happens, which is what happens with everything. I only heard about it a few weeks ago, which is when pretty much everyone did talk regulations to us. I posted a weird thing in one of my updates going, oh, say it, yes. Oh, miniatures agnostic, yes. Oh, miniatures agnostic. Hot regulation chat. So the rules came in. Don't worry, I'm not going to totally regulate you. So that on the 13th of December, you have to be compliant with these new GSPR rules, regulations, in order to sell to Europe, in Europe. And I have spent a lot of time reading regulation, chatting to people who are much better at reading regulation than me. I've done a lot of work to try and understand this. It was very vague, as is lots of regulation. So it's not even like, here are the rules of what you got to do. You got to figure out what the rules are. So I've chatted to so many different companies, including our meeting. The meeting did me a lot of good on last Thursday, in going, because I kind of went, right, so as far as I know, this is what it is. And kind of got a yes. I was like, I've done it, I've completed it. But the general gist, so you'll see loads of companies now, so um, we're not doing shipping in December. And added to my sadness, so I mentioned that we won't be doing this, and the clapback's been mad. So there's people saying, well, one, because I said let's get the EU orders out before then. So if you want to order and you're in the EU, I highly recommend doing it now, because I don't know how long it will be. And some of the stuff I was reading was really scary, and it was talking thousands of pounds. I don't have it, so I can't do it. So I got accused of cashing in, hype stirring, being hysterical, uh, all the different words for overreacting that are generally woman focused. And I was like, whoa, I'm trying to sort out this horrific situation. Um, and because I don't know what the regulations are, I'm going to pause it, learn how to comply, and then unpause it, which I thought was quite a nice and calm, sensible thing, but apparently not. I've also had a lot of mansplaining, a lot of well, I've had a quick Google, and it turns out by the end of it going, no, there's a thumb. Back in the old days, and I used to use a bit from the stream as the thumbnail. That would be it. Had a quick Google, and did you know? No, I didn't know. No, I don't know anything about it. But chatting to people who are also into all this, or people that don't run businesses but know lots of legislation and legal stuff. So we've been doing all of that, and there's a really good group of people. That yeah, don't even joke, Greg. That was the point. Yeah, pretty much. So I asked ChatGPT. No. But I wanted to do two shout outs. One to CJ from Epigram Games, who is very good, and has been doing lots and lots of reading and lots of help, though not professional advice, but just lots of translating what some of this stuff means. And Dylan, who's in the chat, who runs a thing that has got a very uncatchy name, which you should totally message there. So these message retracted. What are you saying? What was it? Oh, Jill said I had to leave a stream because I was getting so furious listening to talking crap about it. Don't worry, Daniel. There's a good end to this tale. TTHTA is Dylan's set up a so if you are watching this and you're also a small business, go check out TTHTA, Tabletop Hobby Trade Association, who's been doing a lot of work trying to get us sort of united, which is very thoughts and prayers to Dylan. Very much, very thoughts and prayers to Dylan. So thank you for sorting that out and kind of just gathering information, and it should be really useful for all sorts of these things going forward, because it's just a lot of people sort of losing their minds individually when we can lose our minds as a collective, which, that's progress. So thank you all. Um, so the gist of it, the gist, I'm also refusing to give people free guidance. I will give the gists to my friends, while saying, thanks people for helping me. I'm not helping anyone, but it's a little bit different. I've made myself ill with this. Um, and it's I say I've just been really I messaged Andy the other night and said that he was on his way home, and I said I'm at one minor inconvenience from just turning inside out. So I was like, don't. And that's what I've been like, because there's just this constant barrage of stuff, and then trying to deal with it, and people going, rah, rah. As well as a lot of people go, and then it turned political. It was like, no, don't turn political. This is the legislation, and I need to do it. I can't change the world. I can't dismantle the EU. I can't put us back in the EU. Um, and it was like, I will bow to no bureaucrat. I will continue to ship and show. So should you. Like, I don't want to be fined. I I do not want that. There's been a lot of people very confidently saying that they know it all, which nobody does, so don't trust them, including me. So the general gist is there's two main points. You need an EU agent. Um, that agent is the person responsible for you in Europe. This is where I get it wrong. Dylan's going, no. Um, they have to say that yes, this person's stuff does not contain asbestos or whatever, and they're your representative in Europe. There's more to it, obviously. This is the summary. And that person's information has to be printed on your packaging. So getting your mate to do it, they don't really want their home address posted on all the packaging. So if you've got an EU rep, yeah, as Dylan says, local government don't understand fully, so no idea how Bob, who Googled it, seems to know it all for certain. Yeah, people getting really angry, going, "You're wrong!" Like, whoa. Whilst trying to, like run a business and make money at the same time. It's been a fun. So yeah, so you've got to have your EU rep. It's one thing. I've got one sorted. Well, in the process of being sorted. Yes, which is I can't tell you yet, but soon their address will be all over the packaging. So what people are tending to do, companies that are getting it sorted now, the ones that are making some progress, just shuffling about. Tend to be using someone in business that they've got an existing relationship with. So perhaps somebody who does the translation version of their games. So say you make a game in the UK and there's someone in Germany who does the translation. You've already got a relationship and it's beneficial for everyone. So so people are sort of doing that, retailers, distributors, somebody like that. So but if you don't have the person, that's an issue. And there are, like, generally the smaller the company, the less likely they're going to have somebody. Whereas I'm like the most, I'm there with my socializing mayhem everywhere. They're like one of those people that seem to know everybody. So I've got plenty of choice. Who will be my EU rep? I could do it like a not blankety blank. What's the other one? Blind date, blind date, where I kind of ask them behind the screen like various questions about legislation. Oh, that'd be ace. Blind date. Um, so that's number one. So if you don't have a person, that's when you have to pay a company. And the companies can charge whatever they like. So there's all these companies, and it's very skewed because there's some good companies, I assume, in there that are, they're providing the service, they're charging the money, but the price range is like, whew. And there's some scummy ones in there, and they're doing the whole like, get your mates to sign up. Go on, get your mates to sign up. So less ethical people are like, hey, I fixed it. You should come here so I can get my little stuff. And Daniel says Stardew was the best bad purchase I made for my Switch. Yes, yes. What's your farm called? I've been playing the update for Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh, look at Dylan with all the ruly rules. EU rep must be a natural or legal person residing in the EU. They get a mandate of what they can do on your behalf, but overall must be your contact within the EU for safety info, recall work, etc. Um, so I believe that some of these services can provide that at a cost, but they're all there knowing that nobody knows what's going on. So they're there going, I can help you for a fee. Oh, look at that while I chat to you. It's collecting all of your cash. Thank you. I can see instantly how many of you bounced. I always feel really bad because I've had it where I've bounced as well. Yes, mangling minis as an unnatural person will not be allowed. We've already discussed mangling minis being some sort of mule, being an Irish man. Irish man? Irishman. Which is it? Mm-mm. So that's your EU person. And then the other half of it is making sure that your packaging is compliant. Um, my packaging's pretty good, to be fair. It's not compliant, but it's pretty good. Um, so I'm just that I started. I'm half the way there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a extra bit of paper that's going to go into the packaging, and then the future packaging will have those details on it. Um, that information. Turkey Man cannot be my rep. So it's various safety information. I'm still ironing out the exact things that have to be on there. Um, but that has to be in various languages and all this sort of stuff. And actually, this all seems fine. Like, that's the sort of stuff that probably should have been around beforehand. Because there could be anything in what we're shipping, and there's no way of anyone knowing. So having some sort of recourse for that, I think, is good. It's just that it coming so well, not suddenly because it hasn't, but finding out about it suddenly and having a short time to sort of do all this, and still the fact that even though it's been mentioned some time ago, the government are kind of like, oh, maybe we'll run a seminar in 2 weeks, like the day before, and still like to get anything compliant, it's got to take time. There's thank you, Dylan, for doing the main information. Um, well, that again, I'm doing the gist. The gist light. You're doing the gist, and then obviously the truth is just some horrific. Um, so what are we on? So you need your product information. So you need that in all sorts of different languages, and that's the gist. So updating my packaging, it's not a big deal. I just need to iron out exactly what needs to be changed, and EU rep is in progress. There's also new packaging rules that I have no idea about, so I'm also that's why I'm pausing. There's various sort of recycling and waste stuff coming into place in different European countries. So that one's just been like, whew, that's another thing. Um, but that's the gist. And it's totally doable, and I'm not panicking anymore, and that's good. Um, I also went to GW today and had a look at their packaging because big companies with these sort of departments have had a lot longer, and the mass that they're producing on, they'll have got all this sorted ages ago. So in Warhammer World, whilst Louise was being crowded by fans, I was looking through all of their legislation on the packaging, getting like, "Can I help you there, love?" I'm like, "No, I'm all right. I'm just checking the age rating because there's obviously like various eras of packaging in there as well because you have some of the older stuff. So seeing what was more up to date and what they had. That's my hobby now. Any product I see, I'm like, "What's your what's your thing? What is it? What does it say?" But yeah, most of the time you buy something like a real product, it has that little flyer that's got all the different, like the ones where you like accordion them out. Um, so I'm getting there. So going round back to it is I said I'll stop shipping to the EU on the 6th, which is Friday, I believe. 6th, yes. Um, because I need to get this packaging stuff sorted. I'm not going to get it done before the 13th. Um, there's just too much. So I'm already been really overwhelmed. I'm not going to add. I'm being very smart. I'm not adding to my plate. I also need to get the stuff sorted with the rep as well. And then it's like that before you know it, it's Christmas sort of thing. So I'm sticking to what I said that on Friday I'll stop shipping to EU. But I'm fairly sure that by the new year it'll be sorted. Yeah, Jamie says other people looking through GW recycling for accidentally discarded future release boxes and checking the compliance. I think they thought I was like an undercover boss or something because I was just there, clearly not looking at the front of the product, looking at all the compliance stuff, taking photos. I just want to see what they've got. Um, where are we? Brain. Yeah, all the like recycling and stuff. Most stuff we use is either recyclable, and all that. But it's some things where like when I'm packing the boxes, I've just restocked on the starchy foams because I love them and they're biodegradable and they're rainbow. But if I get something and it's got like non-biodegradable packaging, I just whack it all in the thing. So I might have to stop doing that and just go, oh, maybe I'm shipping to the EU, so I've just got to send them with the starch things because I've declared that it's just starch. So stuff like that. Greg likes messing with people and eating the starch packing peanuts. I did make a crown once. I think I made a crown and a necklace because Nick from Two Fat Lardies was complaining about them. He complains about getting packaging just generally it was on Twitter. I don't know if he's still on Twitter. But yeah, I always find it weird. He's like, I got my item, but there's all packaging in there. Like, oh no, the things that stop it breaking. So to demonstrate that my packaging could actually be a fun toy, I made a hat and crown. Should make a scepter as well. I am aware that it's been like an hour, but I've got a few more things to talk about. And if you're happy being here, I'm happy. I've got my cold my cold Bailey's coffee. I'm happy to be infused because I just didn't want to do it. So I wasn't lying. The plan was on Sunday that I was going to go to the office really early because I was supposed to do a bunch of stuff Saturday that didn't happen. I thought, oh, I'll go to the office Sunday early and do a mega office day. But I slept because I didn't have my cable. I'd left my cable for the laptop at the office. And I thought, oh, if I'm going to go there, I might as well go and work there. But I ended up sleeping in anyway. And I got my mate to help, drove me to get the cable anyway, so I didn't have to go there in the end. But I just thought I was in such a downer. I didn't want to do one where I'm just like, so I appreciate you coming along, and I did feel bad. So I was like, oh, I've kind of been messing the shows around a bit, especially last minute doing a Tuesday. But yeah, I appreciate it. So the EU shipping is ending, but I'll just say Friday because it has to clear customs by the 13th, so kind of pushing it a bit anyway. I'm sure it will be fine. But yes, just to be safe, Friday. But also there is a free shipping code called Sorry EU. If you put that in caps, you get free shipping, but only on Bad Squiddo things. So I'm not sending really heavy things and going, oh crap, what have I done? So that's I'm just going to keep that on till Friday. It was going to be till the end of the month, but it's on. Um, so that's good. I noticed when I was filming earlier, like I'm sat in the middle, and you can just see me going. um, so yeah, EU. So I'm glad because I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna lose all my EUs. Thank you, Daniel. That's the one. So I'm glad I'm not losing all the EUs. But yeah, I'm not driving fear. But if you wanted something, get it now. That's it. But some point in the new year, hopefully, if everything's as easy as it as it appears to be through my filtration of all the BS, then it will be available back shipping in the new year. Because I was so like panicking, I was going to have to pay thousands of pounds and stuff. I'm like, oh, don't. Um, so that's good. I'm just going to have to pay for translation because you have to be able to link the translation. You can't just like copy GWs. You've got to have proof and documentation showing who did your translation. So I've got to get that sorted and get the slip printed off. But also, waiting till early January means I can see if there's any teething problems. So people that have gone, we won't be making any pauses. If there's something where I get thousands of these slips printed, and then it's like, I forgot to put the thingy logo on, or there's something that people have missed that also needs to be on the packaging, then I can't, I can add that in without panicking and having to shred everything and get a new load and all that. So it just gives me a little bit of that teething space. I can just check how it's been going. It will finally make the the news maybe because it's so huge, so it affects everyone shipping out, even if you're just selling the odd bit on Etsy. Oh, all the people trying to find loopholes. It was like, but what if you do it as a gift? What if you say it's an antique? I saw people saying if you sold a Kickstarter, if it's a Kickstarter, you've already had the money. See, and the amount of people going, well, technically, no, no. If you say technically when you're talking about legislation, no. Um, so people going, but the Kickstarter was ages ago, and that'll be fine because I'm just shipping the go. No, nope. So I'm now just trying to blank out anything I see that's clearly wrong. So I'm like, it's not up to you to fix the money. You leave them to it. So I put a thing on Instagram just saying I'm really sorry, but I haven't got the spoons to help other people at the moment. I'm very happy to, especially people I already have that sort of relationship with, and I know has been struggling and looking through it, but not someone who's kind of gone, "Oh, Annie, can I copy your homework?" I'm like, I've died getting this homework done. Um, so that's mostly it because I've just sort of cleared a bit of my brain, and to then have everyone going, Annie, because everyone's just in this. It's not that frantic dying in the lifeboat bit. So I totally get it, but I just currently do not have that. And even now that I'm feeling better, I'm like, no, that'll just put me down. I need to. I've got so much to do. So hopefully that doesn't come across like I'm a massive arse. Mangler Mini says, if only there was a tabletop hobby trade association people could sign up to, like a no, what? THTA. No. I've got see this isn't what is it called? What is it called? Because it's not the THTA, is it? It's the TTHTA. Where's the other T from? It's tabletop. Ah, there we go. TTHTA. I'll remember it now. There we are. So yeah, look if you want to look up the TTHTA if you're a small business watching this, do it. It's most of us a collective of thoughts. Don't worry, I'll be going soon. So what else have I got? I think I mentioned before, I've been using the Finch app. I'm gonna show you my show you my Finch. Um, it's not been a wild game changer, but it's been a nice little motivator, and it doesn't punish you too much for when you mess up. Um, so some of these like habit apps and stuff, as soon as I lose the what's the word? The streak of something, I'm like, well, that's it then, isn't it? I'm not going to bother now. I've ruined it. So, the nice little Finch helps you. Um, but I've been using it for real personal stuff on. But I've put the odd work. But I've been using it for real personal stuff on. But I've put the odd work task on there because you get a little you get there's that gamification. You get the little like, bing. Andy heard me doing it and went, "What terrible like pay to win game are you playing?" It's like those sort of horrible Candy Crush noises. Like it's fine. It's the self help bird. So oh look, oh I've logged on, and you get to you can't see how satisfied are you with today. I have not done it, so it's out of 5. I've mostly been on the 3s and 2s, but I'm actually going to go wild, and I'm going to go for the 5. Gonna go for the 5. Yes, no, I appreciate the cute things. I do. I'd get them in like digests where I look every now and again and look at them all. I can't remember what I was going to show you. Um, but you have friends and you can send your friends little hugs and stuff. And then you get points for sending your friends hugs. What a nice thing. Um, so yeah, if anyone wants to be my Finch friend, there's my little Finch. Look. Oh, so you get a little house. You can't see it. Whoa, there he is. It's got a little egg. But your rewards for self-care are little game coins that you can buy cool it sounds like an ad now, that you can buy cool furniture and gear for your Finch. So it satisfies that little thing because it's like, oh, I need a few more coins to get the wizard hat. And if I do a walk or some breathing exercises, then I can do enough to get it. And you're like, oh. Um, So yeah, thanks, Daniel. Thank you. I do the same. I do it when I'm going through TikTok. I call myself a mine. I mine at the TikTok mines for people who daren't go there. I go down there. I get all coal, full of coal, bits of dead canary on me, but I do it for you. To go and get these quality TikToks. The one quality TikTok between the 100 terrible ones. I mine them for my friends. So I appreciate that as well, especially the cute animals. Cute animals, good. Finch, good. Oh, Andy's still watching. Time to talk about the line. So Andy's causing a stir. I heard movement there. He's heard his name and he's like sat upright or something. Andy's causing a stir in the old world community because he's a swine. He's a line swine. And he's trying to make lines happen. So he's been playing Old World, and he's been playing. And if it was really overpowered, it'd be bent, but it's just generally silly. So he's been playing his units in just go on, in just one big line. All his units in these lines, and they look abysmal, but it's catching on. And you have I can't remember what the phrase is, but it's something like respect the line. So he will be getting merchandise made. I've told him to pick up to speed up the merch, but he is stirring the community with this horrific line hammer that isn't that great. And then he played someone last week that went a line against him or something. So he is becoming the line man. I'm trying to make hashtag line swine a thing. But yeah, Andy is trying to make lines happen. So his channel is Andy2D6. If you want to go look at some weird line stuff. Um, yeah. I'm surprised he's not commenting. What's he doing? I thought he was gonna maybe he's typing a long paragraph about the lines and how the lines work. I'm sure he will. Um, Other than that, so community minis are behind and it's my fault. I even had to message the printers for the cars and go, I'm really sorry, I haven't got the designs. Really hoping that tomorrow I can get some. Busy painting Obi-Wan. Oh, he splattered Obi-Wan with the last bit of spray in the can, so they got all lumpy and then he's had to fix it up. Poor Obi-Wan. Hello, fat boy. There's not much left. We'll be leaving soon, but you will be able to rewatch all of the goodness. What else was I gonna say before I go? Other than Andy's lines. Yes, community minis. They're here. So what I'm gonna do if I don't get these cards sorted, I'm gonna get the EU people stuff shipped by Friday, regardless, so that even if you don't get the cards or packaging, you've got the minis, and then I'll mark whose card is who. I'll put them in a little filing thing, and then either next time you order or in the new year, I'll send the card. And I think that seems a fair way to do them. John's been waiting very patiently on painting information, which I still haven't got to him because I've just so I've put on their executive function. So I've been really struggling with getting anything done at the moment. I'm fairly sure this is me. Is it there? Oh no, I've moved it to there now. Yay! My ADHD assessment form. I've been really struggling. I've just been on that like. I need to do the things, but my body just can't do it. And now the day is gone. And it's been happening. So November just kind of, I don't know what happened in November, and I've just got so behind, whilst more tasks have stacked up. And then obviously you get sad because you're like, oh my lord, everything is just yeah, grim. So that's all sort of been stacking up. And usually I'll kind of just wake up one day and go, right, let's go, which is when the caster's normally like, oh no, she's back. Because he'll have been asking me questions like, I know, like this time of year, it's like, we need to get your last orders in before Christmas. If there's anything that you need, and that sort of, because they shut, it's the only time they properly close, Christmas. And I'll be like, oh, I don't know, no. And then the day that I come back, I'm like, right, so we need this. We need it tomorrow, or maybe the day after. And I can always like gritted teeth of half of yes, and he's back, and half of no, and he's back. If he had Empire, it would be the thin blue line. They're just dwarves. That's it. It's not even bent. So people are like, "Oh, this is way overpowered," and it's just Andy's dwarves all getting killed in a line instead. Um, just very silly. But I will be the first to say that I will be getting that merchandise. Um, so that's been a big struggle at the moment. It's mostly just that lack of being able to do stuff. Lack of light hasn't been helping. I've got my big glowy thing. But hopefully, you never know. Um, hopefully that today will boost me back up. Maybe tomorrow will be the day. But I have been. It's not been totally dead. I've been getting orders out. But things like email. So if there's anything you're waiting on me, like if it's a non-urgent email, which isn't to do with like a current order, then they've just kind of been falling down. Poor Nick emailed me like 4 months ago, but at least I addressed it. I addressed it in a live stream, I think, so it just kind of went further down. Because I went, "Thanks for the email." Um, but yeah, anything that's not sort of an emergency kind of goes down. And there's just so much there. So I've been drowning a little bit. I have put a thing on my email. It's got that bad that I've put what's it? Sort of not an out of office, but kind of like there's a lot of emails. I've received your email, but I might not get back to it super soon. Um, so I need a break, and luckily that was coming because of Christmas. So I'll have a nice little Christmas break. Just as I got back into painting again and hobbying a bit more, modelling, um, is when everything kind of went a bit wild with there just being so much to do. So I'm hoping to get back into the habit of that. I'm sure I had some cool new stuff to show. Sure I had some minis that had appeared. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was a dream. I want those, I want that Beastman with the horrible hat though. So if you have the Beastman with the horrible hat, so get it. That's it pretty much. So I appreciate you coming along. Glad I didn't do a sad stream on Sunday where I was just like, I can't do anything. My brain won't let me do the things. It's just very frustrating when you're your own boss because you can't just the stuff just doesn't happen. Um, but yeah, a big thing is yesterday I did a massive tidy because I knew we were filming, so I really blitzed the office and that really helped. We've got a house inspection tomorrow, um, so the house has got to be tidy, but it's not too bad at the moment. So yeah, so it's all good. Um, that is all. It's been like over an hour. But thanks for coming along. Thanks for backing the Kickstarter. That's been wicked. And yeah, it's just helped out loads. And I keep saying it, but the World War II resistance really is the next project. I've got a meeting tomorrow morning about war pigs, so it is all happening. Somehow things are happening despite all this, which is cool. No worries for fixing the cushion. It's an abomination anyway. This was a Christmas gift from Andy several years ago. Um, but because it's a repeated pattern, there's these like weird abomination bits as well. That's a good advert actually. So all our stuff, if you're wondering what to get for Christmas, we've got loads of designs on Redbubble, and this is a Redbubble pillow. And I say it's a few years old. It's not bobbly actually. So this is the quality and size that you can expect. I think I've got Turkey Man on a pillow. Oh, yeah, that edge bit. That's what's going on there. But it is, as is the Andy 2D6 pillow, which actually is a different material. Maybe this is an older one. This one is a little bobbly, but it is like what? What year is it? What year is it? 4 years old. There's a different material, but there's the Andy 2D6 pillow available on the Andy 2D6 store as well. Whilst we're pillow touring, the last year's Asda guinea pig Halloween collection. That's what I've got the throw of as well. It's got a vampire. It was not long after I'd done vampires, I was still doing it. Look at that. Pig update. Carol got herself a hay poke when came back on Sunday, but I saved the day, so it's all fine. They do damage themselves while eating. It's their failure to survive. Right, I'm gonna go because I've been on And hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up and go, let's do it, rather than "Nah," which has been happening. Tasty, tasty saline. So thank you all, your ace, and again, thanks for the Kickstarter. And it shouldn't be that long, really. I've already got numbers because it's so simple. Like I can see already what people want. I can just send that to the casters now and be like, send me this many. Was it something like 150? So what I normally do is order extra anyway, so I've got some for stock. So I'll probably message the casters and be like, can I have like 200 sets of pulps, please? Done, done. Pulps, just a set of pulps, please. So cheers, as Lil off to bed. Night, Lil. You're not really sacked. You're not really replaced by Trish Carden, legendary sculptor. Still got a job. Also, whilst I'm just using my live stream to talk to my mum, I said to Gail about you coming up and us doing the Christmas market. So there you go. So we'll do that at some point. Right. Bye all.